shiur on Parashat Beha'alotcha, the shiur that we give weekly. Now, it's very interesting. At the end of the parasha, Torah talks about an incident that we learn very important lesson. Torah tells us that Miriam and Aharon spoke Lashon Hara against Moshe Rabbeinu. And Torah says that all of a sudden, Miriam got sarat, because somebody who says Lashon Hara, he gets some type of miraculously stained disease that shows that he or she said Lashon Hara. Here Torah tells us that Miriam got sarat. Now Torah tells us what's the Lashon Hara that Miriam and Aharon said against Moshe Rabbeinu? Because somehow they heard from the wife of Moshe Rabbeinu that Moshe Rabbeinu didn't have any marital relationship with his wife once he became a Navi. And they said, Miriam and Aaron, they said, we are Nevi'im, and we continue our marital relationship. How come Moshe stopped? And that was considered Lashon Hara. Now, the question, that was considered gossip. Now, the question is why? They said a fact, and they said that why Moshe Rabbeinu is separated himself from his wife, while we are Nevi'im also. If he's a prophet, we are a prophet. Therefore, if we didn't separate ourselves, he shouldn't do that either. Now, how come Moshe Rabbeinu is not with his wife? Now, HaKadosh Baruch Hu came and said, all of a sudden to them, look at Avdi Moshe. My servant Moshe is not like that. Bechol beti ne'emanhu. He has to be prepared with me. I talk to him mouth to mouth. I talk to him apparent. Not bechidot. It's not riddle. Utrat Hashem yabit. Image that HaKadosh Baruch Hu he sees. Why you weren't afraid to talk about my servant Moshe? And HaKadosh Baruch Hu is saying that Moshe is a much higher darga. Yes, you are a Navi. Moshe also is a Navi. But Moshe is a much higher darga than you. Now, it's very interesting. Always we understand saying gossip means you say something bad about somebody else. Now, what was so bad about it? Torah is telling us a very interesting point about gossip. Gossip is not just saying bad things about other people. When you underestimate somebody, it's a gossip. You are saying Lashon Hara about him. If you are a Navi, you don't understand that Moshe Rabbeinu is a much higher darga. You live with Moshe Rabbeinu. You see Moshe Rabbeinu. You are with him. You see him every minute and second. You see that he's joined to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Every minute and second is with Hashem. You see him to be much higher. It's a higher level of being. No, you don't realize it. You don't understand it. You underestimate that. That's Lashon Hara. That is gossip. Such an unbelievable chidush, new point in gossip. For example, person goes to a dentist. A dentist works so hard on his teeth. Does a great job. Okay, he did a job. You underestimate him. That's Lashon Hara. That is Lashon Hara. Somebody works for you. That's something. Okay, he did it. He got money for it. But he did much more than that. He devoted himself to you. You underestimate. That's Lashon Hara. That's gossip. Wife works so hard for you. Prepares everything. Yes, that's a job. Ladies, underestimating. The husband works so hard and prepares everything. Goes to job. He has such a hard time by the job. Underestimating is gossip. Your child is working so hard in school. You don't appreciate. You say, what? You got such a grade? What type of business is that? Underestimating is gossip. Therefore, Torah is bringing a new perspective in life. That if we don't underestimate people, We should not do that. That's the gossip. Now the Farshim say, who is the person that we say greatest Lashon Hara about, greatest gossip about? Do you know who is that? It's HaKadosh Baruch Hu. We underestimate the blessings of Hashem. We underestimate the blessing of the gift of life that He gives us every second and moment. We underestimate what He does to us. Somebody got a phone call from a doctor that he was diagnosed with cancer. He told me, Rabbi, before the phone call, I was the happiest person in the world. I had all types of blessings, and I wasn't aware of it. Not only I wasn't aware of it, my life was full of complaint. I don't have this, I don't have that. But now I got to a point to realize so much blessings. Life is full of blessings. And I didn't realize, and I was complaining. In the World Trade Center, the second one before destruction, somebody left a message for his wife. And he said, do you know, I'm about to die. Now is the time to appreciate you. I was complaining all my life against you. Now that moments left to my life, I understand what type of wife I had. What's so much blessings. What's life about that we get stuck with nonsense and we ruin it, we destroy it. But when there is a shock to a person, when a person is shocked in an incident and he realizes what's the essence of life, what's the true life, he realizes what type of blessing he has in his life and what type of complaint he's making for nothing. Therefore, Torah here is teaching us a new lesson in gossip. It's not a new lesson in gossip. It's a halacha in life. The awareness of that gives us a better life. Our life becomes more qualified. Our relationship becomes more qualified. When I upgrade my relationship with my wife, my children, when I'm not underestimating what they are doing to me, what they stand for it, and what worth they have for me, then my relationship, the quality will grow. I'm upgrading the quality of relationship, and finally, I'm upgrading my life.